What's up, guys? Welcome back. I did a video last night, but I was kind of tired and the energy was kind of like tired. So I wanted to just revisit a topic or discussion that I've been meaning to talk about. So I just got done playing, well, maybe 2 weeks ago, all the Sekiro mods. I finally tried like Demon Bell, Charmless, all that stuff, Resurrection mod. I've tried the other mods, and beautiful work from the mod community. So the topic today is actually a question to the Sekiro or FromSoft community, and that is, will FromSoftware ever revisit the Sekiro formula, the combat formula? Whether that's Sekiro II, whether that's a new IP that has that type of deflecting combat, everything you find from Sekiro, transversal. I love grappling through Ashina. The mountaintops, the mountainous areas, atop Ashina Castle, Hirata Estate, all these places, it was simply beautiful. The giant serpent, breathtaking for real. And then, when you're grappling and then you might miss a grapple, it's just like literally like, no. It's breathtaking. The first time I played Sekiro, I was ass. I wasn't even deflecting. But visually, beautiful art, beautiful places, and just incredible. Especially when you come back around to it and try to play it the right way, the satisfying way, the clangy. So the question here is, before I go on tangents, is will FromSoftware bring back in any way, shape, or form the legendary combat system? Will there be a Sekiro II? Not to compare anything, but look, we have Ghost of Yotei coming out. I know that's a completely different story. Ghost of Tsushima it's like a completely different thing, but like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I would love to see it. I would love to see it. The things I'd love to see in Sekiro 2 are obviously more prosthetics. Possibly what they could do is have enemy specific, they could give Wolf, or whoever the main character is, they could give him another main, like not only his sword, but another main weapon, and then add on more prosthetic stuff. And then they could actually like mesh. They could kind of like combine Bloodborne parry system in a way that maybe for certain enemies, like say for example, the monkey enemy that actually has a gun. For example, Wolf could actually, against certain enemies, parry with a gun, or with something. He could parry with a gun, and also do regular parries. They could maybe figure out a way to dance. They could figure out a way to maybe weapon switch or prosthetic. Do something with the prosthetic to like enhance your main weapon so that it can transform. And then based on particular enemies, you could either use like a pistol parry type thing, or the good old clang that obviously should never go away when it comes to Sekiro. That just randomly came to me. I don't know if that's going to be something they do. Hopefully something like that, something new. I'd also be down, just like I think the majority of FromSoft fans, we're down for a new IP. We know that they're going to crush it. I know they're working on probably more new Elden things, like the grand Elden stuff, not Night Rain. And I think they're obviously doing Dusk Bloods for Switch. I don't know if I'm gonna get a Switch 2 for a while until like a major Zelda comes through, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is we all know From's new IPs always find a way to make things satisfying, amazing, unique experiences. So with that being said, even if it's like a Bloodborne situation where we don't see any Bloodborne 2, which still could happen, it's not deconfirmed, it's not confirmed, it's still a possibility, Bloodborne 2. But if there's not a Sekiro 2, maybe that new IP could be the IP where they incorporate the most wonderful aspects of Sekiro's combat, like offensive and defensive combat play could be fire. Like for example, maybe the new IP's main way of playing would be like Sekiro's combat, with obviously the added possibility of doing it in a different way. Whereas if you didn't deflect right in Sekiro, and if you were just playing like how I played the first time, not deflecting, running away, throwing like what do you call those things? Like the dust stuff, ceramic shards, stuff like that, oil. Maybe the new IP could bring back the main combat of Sekiro, right? Deflects, what do you call it? Posture gauges. And then on top of that, they could have another system that you could play, another system that's equally valid, so that it's not just like you're running around hitting the boss, hoping to get to the death blow by any means necessary. Nah, maybe the main combat system would be like Sekiro: deflect, break the posture gauge, keep it pushing. And then another way you could play is, honestly, I have no idea, but maybe something with just something, from it. This is what From does, so let's not forget that. I will have faith in them to cook something, whether it's a sequel, whether it's Sekiro 2, whatever. The new IP that's supposed to be their new Souls type experience, wild experience. That's not Elden Ring. Like, Elden Ring is mad accessible. It's like the big thing, big thing. But one of their niche challenge games is what I'm talking about. Maybe I have faith. They still put out Armored Cores. I think they do what they want for the most part. So while they work on Elden stuff, hopefully they still have it within them to be like, but we still like to make these games. Don't forget about that. And just make like a Sekiro combat system game. New IP, doesn't have to be Sekiro 2, although of course I would want that. I want Bloodborne 2 as well. But yeah, if it's a new IP, and if Dusk Bloods ain't that, then that's very exciting. My question to y'all is, what would y'all like to see? Whether it's Sekiro 2, whether it's a new IP, what kind of combat systems could they add? What kind of prosthetics could they add? What kind of things can they do to make the player experience unique? Whereas when, the first time Sekiro came out, so many people dropped it because it was nuts hard. Like, nobody understood how to deflect and stuff. So they were just like, oh, forget it. And then they just dropped the game. I talked to a lot of friends who, they said, F this. But what could they do to still make that combat, like the main combat, but also have a way, not necessarily to make it easier, but another way to play where you don't have to do the deflection dance, but you could do something. I'm not sure exactly what that would be, and I know From would obviously figure that out. Maybe spell casting type things. Really anything, honestly, could be dope. But yeah, like, I'm very excited and hopeful. I think From will continue to do their thing, like while making their most prized game, their cash cow, Elden, right? They're continuing Elden, right? They should, while they do that, you know, give the cult, give the cult culture, I guess you could say, the challenger hit, the legendary challenger dish that we can eat. You know what I mean? We need that. We need that challenge dish. We need that Sekiro II type. We need that Sekiro type. We need that whatever. And the new IP, I would be more than happy to see, you know, how that would work out. But yeah, honestly, like I might think about some things they can do. I know people are good at doing this, like thinking these types of things through. The reason why I was hesitant on saying like mage type things is unless they change the setting and make it like more Nioh yokai based things like in Japan. Say if that new IP was like based in Japan like Sekiro, or if it was Sekiro II. The reason I was hesitant about talking about magical spells as another way to play rather than the main deflection dance combat is because, you know, thematically, if it's not yokai, which maybe they can do yokai. You know, Guardian Ape is kind of yokai-ish, right? Yeah, if yokai type stuff is a route, then okay, then spells is obviously that's cool. But if they're keeping it like, you know, for the most part how Sekiro was, maybe spells like that might be strange. That's why I was thinking like some sort of firearm. Some sort of maybe a bow. Maybe a bow. But done in such a different way. Maybe a bow done in like a crazy way. Maybe. Just a suggestion. But overall, man, you know, after finishing these mods, you know, challenging myself, you know, I can't help but like show love to the Kling Clang. You know, thankfully I used to play basketball and like I was always weak with the left. And finally there's a game that makes you like need to utilize it to actually be decent at the game, which was cool, you know. And once you actually start deflecting well and getting it down, it's absolutely incredible. Everyone knows. It's just mwah. So yeah, man, it's incredible. I will be championing whatever they do. Just keep doing y'all, FromSoft. Keep doing y'all, whether you want to release Armored Core 8, whatever y'all want to do, keep doing it. We believe. It's always going to be a hit, even if it is the most mainstream thing. You know, Elden is still a hit. You know, Shadow of the Erdtree was still a hit. Although I am more of a linear guy, open world stuff is amazing. But I think after some time of playing open world games, whether that's even Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Elden Ring, it makes me appreciate the more linear style things, like, for example, Dark Souls 3, like Twilight Princess from Zelda. Now we got Nioh 3 diving into open world. I tried the alpha. It's cool. It's fun. You know, ninja combat. I know people have concerns, but it's fun. I think Nioh will always nail combat, but the only thing is that what I noticed was like, I just think Nioh, there's something special about Nioh when it's mission based. Cause like just seeing these big ass yokai, you know, similarly to how like there's a big ass giants in Elden Ring, just like in the middle of a field, it kind of gets like tired. It kind of gets like, we've been seeing this a lot these days, you know. But it's alright. I'm excited. Nioh never tried an open world thing, so I'm excited for Team Ninja for that. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, I love linear experiences. I'm down for. I didn't play Night Rain. I think after Shadow of the Erdtree, I just kind of wanted to not do any Elden Ring stuff at all. And honestly, like, I'm down for the new main Elden, but honestly, you know, I gotta be honest with you guys. I need that Dark Souls 4. I would love to have a Dark Souls 4 where it's a nice linear experience, you know. So you got beautiful vistas like Erithil for the first time. Oh yeah, and the Nameless King, his area, like going there, doing the posture to get there. Both the DLCs, Ring City and Ashes, I liked both of them. I know a lot of people didn't really like Ashes. I loved it. Yeah, I love the entire area. I loved, you know, I love Sister Frida. I love the boss fights there. And of course, you know, Ring City boss fights, Midir, you know, Gale, Half-Light, nah. But yeah, man, you know, sometimes a funneled experience feels nice. And maybe, hopefully, one day they'll be like, maybe FromSoft will be like, you know, guys, of course Elden Ring is our best selling game, but we decided that we wanted to go back and try the Dark Souls formula, just the Dark Souls linear style, and then Dark Souls 4 trailer comes out. That would be fire. That would be crazy. I don't know. Possibility is what for that? Like a 25% chance, maybe less. I'm like literally I think they said they're done, but hey man, it would be dope. Linear things are dope, man. Linear games are dope. You know, Ocarina, Twilight Princess, linear Zelda for me I like better. And I also like those older character models and art. But yeah, overall, I just wanted to discuss this stuff and talk to y'all about just my thoughts. Cause like, you know, I'm kind of done. I feel like I'm a little done with games currently at this time. I'm not really feeling like playing Ghost of Yotei immediately. I might play it later. Tsushima was a banger. I'm not playing Silk Song, nothing like that. Nioh 3 I'll play for sure. Co-op with my brother. But you know, Ninja Gaiden 4, you know, looks dope, but I haven't beaten 2 Black. I haven't even beaten any of them yet. So I kind of feel bad not laying the groundwork and beating those first. So a lot of these games coming out, you know, Phantom Blade, a lot of these games that are coming out, I can wait on them. I can wait on them. But yeah, guys, tell me your thoughts. What would you like to see in the next FromSoftware IP? How badly do you miss the Sekiro Combat? What could they do to change up prosthetics? Could the main character now also have a leg prosthetic where he does some wild stuff with his feet too? Who knows? That could be dope. But yeah, let me know in the comment section. What do you guys want to see? What can make Sekiro better or the next IP better? Do y'all miss the challenge games from FromSoft? Do you think they will continue to deliver those types of games after the success of Elden Ring? Let me know all that in the comment section below. Let's talk. I really want to discuss this. Peace.